from Let's Cook, y'all. Welcome to our channel. If you're new, welcome. We're really glad you're here. This is what we call an around the house video. It's our version of a weekly vlog, just some things we've had going on around the house. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Yep, that's got a dent.
Yep.
I've had 2 trips from Lowe's in the last 2 hours. They took my old washer out. You saw that dented one that they brought. They left my old washer unhooked, said somebody would be by with a new one today, and then they rang the doorbell about 20 minutes later and came back and said, nope, nobody's gonna bring the new one today, and they came and hooked the old one back up. So maybe tomorrow or maybe in another week or 2 we will have a new washer, thankfully, hopefully. Once they hooked this one back up, this one still works, and I still have my shiny new dryer. I'm very grateful to have something that works. I don't care if it's old or new, I just need a working washer and dryer. So that's a biscuit?
Well, let's cook, y'all. We're all about biscuits.
So we're not the right kind of biscuit. You're all about biscuits. I don't eat biscuits. These are biscuits. Little oval shaped wooden discs. So why is there a biscuit there?
Because when I put the shutters together, we don't want them to bow. So putting a biscuit in between them will actually join the 2 boards together to keep them from warping over time.
Like our other shutters warped.
Like those over there all warped.
All right. I was outside filming, but you can't hear me over the sander. I'm glad he's got this really big sander. He is having to sand both of the columns, the wood columns and post supports on our front porch. And then he said he was gonna stain them and maybe seal them. Again, I've said this numerous times on all these clips, on all these around the house videos, but it is a wonderful blessing to have a handy husband. Time for a coat of stain. Tim is knocking things off his honey-do list left and right. Staining my columns on the front porch, and now he has finished sanding and is staining my rocking chairs for the front porch. It's gonna be like a new house all over again. You got anything to say?
No.
No. Tim's like, get this camera out of my face. I'm busy working. Thank you, sweetheart. It looks awesome.
Good.
Columns look good too. He's still got to do a coat of polyurethane or clear coat, but they look really good too. This is my second washer from Lowe's. They delivered the first one. It had that giant dent on the front. The second one is in. They match. It works. But the first 2 loads, I don't know if there was dirt in the tub on the inside, but the first 2 loads came out a little dirty, so I'm gonna give it a few more tries. Hopefully it was just something in the manufacturing, something that needs to be cleaned out. I may get some of that fresh and run a cycle. I think it actually has a cleaning cycle on it. It also has a steam clean on the washer and a steam refresh on the dryer that we were kind of excited about. I have yet to try them, but very happy to have brand new washer and dryer. I do believe this is going to be my Christmas present, so Merry Christmas to me. Came out to check on Tim. He had stained the front columns, but we had this big crack in them, so that doesn't look very good, but he assures me he'll be able to stain over them and fix the cracks. One of them had split. This curved one had split.
It'll look a lot better when I'm...
A busy bee. It's well after dark. It's about 40 degrees, and look who is still hard at it. You doing the polyurethane clear coat now?
I am.
Awesome.
Polyurethane.
They look so good compared to what they did. I don't think I got a before of these, but they look awesome. I have been gifted with some Amish Friendship Bread Starter. I'm very excited to try. Probably not the best time between Thanksgiving and Christmas when we're already overeating, but it's time to feed the starter. This is what the Amish Friendship Starter looks like before you stir it. It should have bubbles and yeast. It should smell yeasty. So I'm going to mix up what you feed it with, which is 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of milk. The mixture's a little lumpy, so I'm gonna use a whisk. Always use a wood spoon, not metal. I'm gonna add the feed to the starter. After I do this feeding process on day 10 and I've got it all mixed up, now it's the time to divide it. You can divide it and share it with friends. You can divide it and freeze it for later. And yes, I made a mess. And then you take 1 cup of it and cook with it. I gotta clean up my mess. So I got it everywhere. The recipe that came with my Friendship Starter had you baking 2 small loaves. So I'm showing you here what you do. You go ahead and grease 2 loaf pans and coat with a cinnamon sugar mixture. And then I will have the recipe linked below. It's a very simple sweetbread. You mix the dry ingredients. This one has chopped pecans. You mix the wet ingredients in a separate bowl. You make a well in the center of the dry and mix it all together. Divide the mixture between 2 loaf pans and top with more cinnamon sugar. These go in a 325-degree oven for about an hour or more. This will be my first attempt at Amish friendship bread. I have high hopes for it. I tasted the batter. We will leave a comment if this is any good and a link to how you can make your own starter. If you're local, I'd be glad to give you some. It looks like there's a whole lot of uses for this, so I'm excited to get this from a very dear friend and bake some cakes, muffins, breads, all kind of different things with this yeasty starter. Tim's rebuild of our shutters are coming along nicely. Those are ready to be glued together like these. And then he's gonna start priming, painting, and I don't know if he's putting a clear coat on them or not. I'll show you what they look like when they're finished. So you've got this, both of them built.
Oh, hell.
And this is the primer coat.
This is a primer.
Putting on a lot of coats.
Put 2
And
coats
why
on.
is my rocking chair hanging from a cord on the garage door?
I figured that was the best way to keep you from sitting in it while it was drying.
I won't sit in it when it's hanging like that off the ground, that's for sure. It is cold out here. It's like 32 degrees. I am going inside. The first coat after the primer, how many coats of brown?
Put at least 2 on it.
At least 2. And he's done a little more engineering. Got them hanging up from the garage door.
Anything I can do to get to it and paint it.
I know it. Smart. He's an engineer. That one hung. They look a lot better than the other ones. These are sturdy. I think are they twice the thickness?
Yeah, these are 2x6s
2x6s.
instead of 1x6.
2x6 instead of 1x6. Awesome. New shutters. Do you hire out? You don't hire out carpentry? Carpentry by Tim?
Takes too long.
It does take too long. This has been how many weeks in the making?
Oh, a long time.
A long time. And this is the after of the shutters. Tim has built new shutters from scratch, primed them, he's redone the hardware, he has hung them. He is very proud of them. They hang straight. He says they were even hung incorrectly on the hinges. So he's very proud of his new shutters. And I'm also very proud of my front porch. He has redone both columns. Doesn't it look awesome? They look amazing compared to what they looked like. And he sanded and refinished both of the chairs. So it's like having a new house all over again. He's worked really hard. He's knocked these projects out for me. And I am so thankful. Thank you, sweetheart. It looks awesome. It's a little late, but somebody got a little birthday happy. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Now that's a torque wrench.
I don't even know what a torque wrench is.
No need to explain.
Is it a guy thing?
It's a guy thing.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Planted a few little pansies around the house. There's some out front and some out back. Let's hope I don't kill them. And they live through the winter. We can't grow pansies down south in the summer. It's too hot. The only time we can grow them is the middle of the winter.